So many photo finishes.
Attention.
And we are off. This is the second flight of the 4v8. Iowa in lane 3, Michigan State in lane 4, Wisconsin in lane 5, and in Minnesota in lane 6. All four boats pretty steadily across here, pretty even. Maybe a slight edge to Minnesota in lane 6. But very close across all four boats.
So this is an all Big Ten flight, maybe a little bit of a preview of what we'll see at the Big Ten Championships next month.
And these boats, again, at Big Tens for the Big Ten Championship. These boats count towards that team point trophy. So you need all boats in all categories to perform well. You can't just have that top boat with the most points perform well. And would you look at that, Iowa in lane 3 made a nice push there. They're up by about 5 seats on both Michigan State and Minnesota, but Michigan State and Minnesota bow ball to bow ball for second place here as Iowa tries to increase that lead. Minnesota with a nice move here, took a couple seats on Michigan State. So that's Iowa in lane 3, first place. Up by about 4 seats over Minnesota in lane 6, second place. And Minnesota up about 4 seats over Michigan State in lane 4, third place. And Lauren, as we come down into the first 500, closing that first 500 out, Minnesota has gotten it back even with Iowa.
Yeah, this Minnesota boat performing very well. I would expect that many or all of these athletes are novice athletes, although this event is technically an open event for today. So a lot of these athletes learning how to row just a few months ago, and now they're racing at a Big Ten Invitational, and next month they'll be racing at one of the highest stages you can get to, the Big Ten Championship.
And that's Minnesota able to gain a few more seats over Iowa. Minnesota in first place here in lane 6, up about 5 seats over Iowa, who's in second place, lane 3. And both of those boats have a couple seats of open water over Michigan State, who's in third place.
And you can see the impact that the conditions are having on these crews. The athletes working to stay calm and stay composed as the wind is gusting up to 24 miles an hour.
Really strong rhythm by this Minnesota 4v8. They're about 6 seats up on Iowa. In first place, Minnesota. Iowa, second place. Looks like Minnesota taking another move here, right around that halfway point. As we enter the final 1,000 meters of the day and of the weekend. Really solid swing and rhythm from Minnesota. Again, they're trying to expand that lead, trying to get some open water. This is a nice shot. You can see all 4 crews that are in this race. That's Minnesota out front in the lead, then Iowa in second, followed by Michigan State in third, and Wisconsin in fourth. A little bit of open water separating all 4 boats.
This Minnesota crew doing a nice job moving together, moving in sync. You can see the knees of all 8 athletes going down to the deck together, the shoulders of these athletes arriving at the finish together, and the heads of the athletes arriving at the bow together. Doing a nice job remaining calm and composed in the increasing wind conditions.
Yeah, great job. Finishing off this entire regatta, this entire weekend of racing really strong. All 4 of these crews. And Minnesota, the first to reach that 500 meters to go marker. Coming into this final stretch here. All crews have a lot of teammates and parents lining the shoreline, cheering them on as this is the last race before all these teams pack up, load that trailer, and make their way back home. And then get into those next few weeks of work before Big Ten championships in a little bit less than a month.
Yeah, so leading up to the Big Ten championships, you still have an opportunity to put some changes in, whether it's lineups, additional training, additional strength, explosive work. You still have a chance to make some differences in speed over the next 3 or 4 weeks leading up to championships.
And you could even do a complete overhaul at times of your rhythm, of your technique, of lineups. A lot can change from here until the championships.
A lot can change, particularly in these 4V, 3V events.
And that's Minnesota here, taking the last few strokes of their race as they enter that final 100 meters, that final 20-stroke push and countdown from their coxswain. Minnesota, really solid race in that 4v8 second flight. They've held the lead from start to finish, Minnesota. And they will be crossing the line here in first place. Really nice job by them. And Iowa coming up behind them in second place, crossing that finish line here momentarily. Minnesota, first place, unofficial time 7:22.8, and Iowa, who just crossed, they have an unofficial time, second place, 7:32.8. We have Michigan State crossing the line here in third place, and Wisconsin closing it out for the Big Ten Invitational in fourth place. Third place, Michigan State with a time of 7:47.3. And fourth place, Wisconsin with a time of 7:56.8.